The most successful entrepreneurs that start today are going to be the ones who are doing something that's not obvious yet. Biggest companies do today because they have a lot of money in their work. How do you bring that down to
a very big gap between the open source and enterprise, say the research community. They don't get as much funding.
probably most software is going to be also personalized video. We make one and everybody watches exactly the same version of the video. We can program videos and talk to the video. Probably a better idea to build 10 versions of the thing that you're trying to build and pick the one you like the most.
Phase of AI, where is it going?
50% you buy like a core of the product, and then 50% of the software is going to be customized to each generation of products where you can talk to the video. New communication paradigm helps people just do their jobs a lot faster and better, educate themselves much better than they could before.
I learned a lot from you. So I would love to ask you to bring this to the audience. What do you see the next phase of AI? Where is it going?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of what we've done up until now with AI is we've invented this new technology, and that's made it easier to do things we've always done in the past, this in the same way, roughly speaking. So for example, in video, we have AI now. We can make videos faster than we could before, but the videos still look the same. It's still a broadcast video. We make one and everybody watches exactly the same version of the video. That's going to change now. We can program videos. So not everyone has to watch the same version of the video. We personalize to you and to me and talk to the video. We do a lot of cool things. And things like software development, I think we've basically used code gen up until now to make it faster for people to produce software in the way we've always produced software. That's probably also going to change. I think in the future, probably most software is going to be also personalized. That's going to mean that the way we build software is going to change. The way that we work is going to change. So I think we've spent a lot of time on using AI to do what we've already been doing better and faster. And now I think what we actually do is going to change.
So you mentioned there is a lot of change happening and it is going to be like that. What advice would you give for people to navigate this change, implement AI into their workflow?
And having a very open mind. The amazing thing about AI is that you can do things so fast now that sitting back and, back in the day, if you had yourself and your co-founders and developers and wanted to build something, you would have to kind of think pretty hard about what do you want to build. And it would make sense to spend a week on like planning out what do you want to build, why do you want to build it, because it's going to take you 2 months to build a first version of it. Now that has changed. Right now, in probably 5 days, you could build 1 or 2 versions of whatever it is that you have in mind. So it's probably a better idea to build 10 versions of the thing that you're trying to build and pick the one you like the most and then continue on that, as opposed to being too stuck on like desk research and thinking like big thoughts. It's so fast now that it's much better just like iterating your way forward. And then I would say, a bit to the point before of like, think about what can you do differently with AI you couldn't before. It's a very open-ended question, but I think it's always, by now it's very obvious that AI is going to be like a big thing. The most successful entrepreneurs that start today are going to be the ones who are doing something that's not obvious yet. And that might be how you build and sell software, right? Like, I think in the future, maybe software will be you 50% you buy like a core of the product, the system of record, and then 50% of the software is going to be customized to each single customer. That's kind of what the world's biggest companies do today because they have a lot of money and they work with very, very large companies like SAP, ServiceNow, etc. How do you bring that down to a small business? There's a lot of hard questions in there, but I think those are the kind of questions, like if you're starting a company today, that I would like to try and answer.
Yeah. You mentioned a lot about it going to the big companies have money and they can do it. Do you see like a gap between the open source and enterprise? Enterprises definitely have a lot of money, so they get preparations, ship it out there. Like, how do you see that?
Yeah.
Not just open source. I would also say the research community because we don't get as much funding.
Yeah, I think in enterprise context, some companies have tried to do open source, and I think in some technology companies where there's a good reason for it, I think it maybe makes sense.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think using like the closed source models and the code, if you're trying to build something, is probably much faster and frankly also better than you're gonna be to like build your own thing. So I think that's where most of the world's gonna go, more than it's the open source models.
So where do you see Synthesia going? I know it has had like a very good run, but yeah, I would love to talk about your next steps.
So I mean, as I said, right, we've focused now building videos we know faster and better. Now we're launching this next generation of products where you can talk to the video, which opens up a lot of new use cases. And I would really hope that in a couple of years, we are one of the companies that are pioneering like a new communication paradigm, essentially, which is video driven, but it's two-way, it's interactive, and it helps people just do their jobs a lot faster and better, educate themselves much better than they could before, and really change the way we interact with viewers.
Wish you very good luck and thank you so much for being here.